tell you why. We're rolling. Asaka the fucking Renegade.
We're here, man.
Yeah, I try not to cuss in the very beginning of these videos, but man, I had to because I saw you at Queen Mache's event.
Yeah.
I was a guest judge, and I had
the joint at Highland Park.
I'm not sure if it was Highland. It might have been Detroit.
Okay.
But she was throwing an event, and I was a guest judge, so I had to fill out the guest shit, like judging you because you were one of the performers at the event. So I gave everybody like pretty low scores. You came on, I remember just 10, 10, 10, 10, 10.
Thank you.
And then they said, hey, there's a round 2 and a round. I said, motherfucker, just give it to us. Don't play with me, bro. Because this dude came in. It was like all right in the beginning. Everybody was all right. He comes on stage. Everybody's going fucking nuts. He's making me go crazy. Like, oh, this is crazy. Like, this is nuts. What's happening? Why is this happening? And I just remember thinking, like, you just shut down the whole place. There was no point in even continuing the rest of the event. Dude, who the fuck are you, man? Like, where the fuck did you come from, and why aren't you famous?
I was scared.
Like, super, super famous.
Question of the day.
Yeah.
First of all, thank you for that, because I remember being pissed about that. But shout out Queen Mache, though. No, but
did you lose? Did you win, or did you?
If it's the one I'm thinking of, then I lost.
Damn.
I think I got like second or third place, I think.
Okay.
If it's the one I'm thinking of, but I think I won the rest of her competitions though.
Okay.
So, yeah. But yeah, man, I was underground. I'm still, technically kind of underground, but I just was dormant for a long time because I really wanted to find my sound and like figure out where I belonged in, the music scene and stuff like that. So I'm kind of just not just now, but more so branching out in a very big way, if I say so myself, in recent years. So, a lot of people I'm new to, a lot of people know who I am, but it's like a good mix, what I'm saying? So, but I love it though. I love the reaction every time.
I thought when I would meet you, you'd be like this person that yells every time they speak. I don't know why. Maybe because it's your performance and your energy.
Probably, yeah. I'm definitely always screaming on stage for sure.
What makes you turn on that switch when you get on stage, man?
I just love doing it. I love what I do. Like it's there's a certain aesthetic I carry in my music, so I don't like listening to dope ass music and then like the energy don't transfer on stage. So I try to damn near overexert. What you might hear on the record and put it on stage. But I just love what I do. When you love what you do, it's easy to put, all the energy you can into it. You know what I'm saying?
For sure. No, of course. No, I feel that. Let's rewind, man. Let's rewind to the baby Asaka, man. Are you from Detroit?
Yes, I am. I'm Parkside.
Okay, cool, man. Talk about your life growing up in Detroit.
So, like I said, I'm from Parkside, man. I ain't never really get into nothing, super. I'm not one of them super gangster thug. I'm... I'm just somebody that grew up in the hood, and been around what I done been around and type of shit like that. But I didn't even really start doing music until I was like 17 for real. But other than that, man, it's just been typical hood shit that, everybody that grew up in Detroit for real that went through.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Nothing super, I'm not part of no gang or no, nothing like that. It's just me. You feel me? Just a cool ass dude. Survived, the utmost and whatnot, but at the end of the day, I'm just me. You feel me? That's all I want to be known for.
What was the moment growing up that you knew you wanted to be a part of the entertainment industry?
So funny thing is, actually, I was a professional dancer at first. So like, I got the opportunity to go on So You Think You Can Dance. I was on season 12.
Cool.
So that was the moment where I was like, okay, I want to step into like some type of entertainment. You know what I'm saying? But I was like starting to rap. The moment that really gave it up for me, where I knew I wanted to do music. I had this list of shit I wanted to do, and number one at the list was rap on Sway in the Morning. And then like Lord Behold, probably like 2 weeks after that, he comes here. He was at Bob's Classic Kicks downtown, and he just let a bunch of up and coming rappers. It was like a 2-hour wait. The line was wrapped around the block. Everybody got the rap, man. I'm standing there in front of Sway, in front of Race, and I was telling myself, man, like if I bomb this shit, I'm not doing this no more. Like this is it. Like,
yeah.
But I got out there, I just gave it everything I had, and Sway gave me the stamp. Royce was bobbing his head, you know what I'm saying? That was the moment right there where I decided, like, this is definitely what I want to do. Like,
now talk about when they give you the go ahead, what is that? Like, how does that work on the show?
So for people who don't know, everybody laugh at that how Sway shit. Sway is actually very fucking mean if he don't like you. Like if he not mean, he's very real. I'll say that. So like it's like it's like a rapper stamp. Like when you rap in front of somebody that you admire or somebody that like stamps other lyricists and he gives you that like, hey yo, you one of them ones. Yeah. It's kind of like okay, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm stamped. And what happened was he'll tell people like, hey yo man, like you was trash, dog. Like he'll say it on air, like, you know what I'm saying? If anybody don't believe me, it's like a 2-hour long video. I think it's like 2 of them. When he was here, he was telling niggas like, yo, you trash. You might want to wrap it up. And I'm getting up there nervous because I'm like, no, he's really telling niggas like, you know what I'm saying? But I get up there and he's like,
yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Then I look behind him and Royce is like, and then D12 was, and so I'm like, okay, bet. And then when I got done, he was like, yeah, man, like, keep going. You got this shit. You know what I'm saying? That moment right there, I say, yeah, this is.
Wait, when was that?
I couldn't even tell you. This was like probably like 2016, 2017, I think.
So I'm not too far along.
Yeah. If I'm not mistaken.
So hold up, Royce is in there and D12 is in there?
D12 was in there. Well, some of the members from D12 was in there. Royce was there for sure.
Okay.
I got a video on my phone. I'll show you like before we.
Okay, yeah, no, just for the audience to kind of like understand like the whole setting and everything like that. But yeah, that's pretty insane.
He had the whole store set up and he had the backdrop, the Shade 4-5 and everything, and it was Sway standing like right next to whoever was rapping, and then there was like a DJ booth or a table or something, and then like Royce is back there, D12. There's a couple more people in there I can't think of right now, but yeah, it was pretty like official. You know what I'm saying?
So they give you the stamp, and that kind of helps motivate you into
it's nothing like, you know, you get no deal or no shit. It's just you get the rap on Sway in the morning, and then either you was trash or you got that stamp.
I never understood why people. I respect Sway and everything like that, man. Obviously, I don't have too much right to speak on him, but he does seem like a person that's angry, and I'm like, damn, why do you listen? I can't watch a podcast where somebody just seems like the whole time, like his face is like so damn serious. I'm like, damn, it's kind of scary to listen to you, B. Like, I'm supposed to be enjoying my podcast.
It's more so a status feel, because it's like Sway has had some legendary freestyles on this station. Like, you know what I'm saying? I can't think of any off the top of my head, but he's had some like some substantial rappers on there. So it's like when you get, and it's not just Sway, you know what I'm saying? It's High 97, I-97, I believe is I might have just butchered that, but it's a couple others. But he's one of those staples where it's like if you're a lyricist, like you're a rapper, and you just love to rap, you freestyle over beats and shit like that. That's one of the stops you damn near have to make. Right. So I think that's what it is. It's more so like a status type of thing.
For sure. So where does your career move on after that? Obviously it's a little motivating to see you're getting these stamps. Now, what did you do after that?
After that, I worked on my first project. It was a mixtape called Nostalgia. I was like in the SoundCloud era kind of. So I finished that, came out with it, and then I had this one single called Squad that was like really big, and like I was kind of up there in the Ipsy area at the time. So that song kind of just took over. It was my first song that like really had some push behind it for real. And then I kind of just been elevating from there, like just dropping project after project, just doing show after show. You know what I'm saying? Any openings I was getting, that was my first time I was getting like opening acts. Shout out to Crowd Freak. The first person I opened for was I think OG Mako or Cap G with that song. So I just kept going up from there, and then, you know, I got to where I am today.
You opened up for a lot of major artists, man.
Yes.
Some serious artists, major in the global artists, man. Talk about how those experiences came together. Like, how do you get to open for these major artists, and talk about some of them that you opened up for?
A lot of them really just came from like between the Crowd Freak competitions, where, you know, for those of you that aren't familiar, like Crowd Freak holds these competitions, man. You pay like, you know, $20, $30 or whatever to compete. And if you win, you get to open up for whatever major artist that they have available at the time. So it really came about between word of mouth. People just knowing who I am. These artists coming to town looking for, you know, up and coming open acts. And then between that and then winning these Crowd Freak shows, you know what I'm saying, it really just became a thing. Like, you know, Asaka's or such and such coming to town. All right, yeah, we probably need to grab Asaka. You know what I'm saying? It just became a custom at that point. A few of the people I opened up for would be like Lil Baby, Lil Durk. As I mentioned, OG Mako, Cap G.
Now, do you get to spend time with these artists at all? Do you get to kind of talk to them a little bit, or is it just
honestly, most of the time, no. No, you don't. I think it really all depends on like how the booking goes. Like if you get booked by the promoter that booked the artist, you know what I'm saying, usually they have some type of compensation to where either they pay you or they'll give you a meet and greet with whoever you open it for. Really the only time up until a recent time, because as of recently, the people I've opened up for, I've gotten to meet them all. The first person I actually got to meet was Cap G, and then after that it was a while. And then when I opened up for J-Rock and Reason when they came here, I actually got to talk to them and took pictures with them and everything. But for the most part, nah, not really. Now, a lot of these artists really don't go for that, surprisingly. You know what I'm saying? But,
well, I feel like, not to say that there's like a not a scheme behind it, but you know how like a lot of artists paid to basically open up, or they'll pay to be a part of like an event or whatever like that, and for them it's just like, that's my paper kind of thing.
Yeah.
More so like because anybody can basically pay to get on to some degree and be there.
Yeah, that's
that's the sucky part, because to the major artists that's on stage, they might not even give a fuck about who's opening up for them at all.
They might not even know. Half the time, they don't even know who's opening.
Yeah, they could just be like in the back the whole time while you're performing, like just waiting for their name to get called. And come on.
I've opened up for people and like been backstage. They had no idea who I am. Like, they're like, who is this? What is he doing? I'm like, bro, I'm opening for you. And it was like, I got openers. Like they don't even know. So it's like,
yeah. So what were we talking about here, man? So opening up for artists, do you feel like, okay, so now that you know the system, you know the way everything works in the scene, if you can be open and honest about it, how do you feel about the systems that are set up in order for artists to gain exposure, such as paying to open up for artists, or just all these local events that you have to do and all these little competitions that you have to do? Do you feel like there's actually benefit to them, or do you think it's just like a bait to get artists involved to pay to get some exposure, or what they think is going to be exposure and a platform for them?
If I'm being totally honest, I feel like it's a mixture of both. I feel like, but I do ultimately feel like it's beneficial either way though, because you got to think about it. Like, yeah, it's bait immediately. If you see my name on anything with a major artist, you know what I'm saying, the first thing you're gonna do is associate me with that artist now. Like when you think of that artist, or you coming to a concert, like, yeah, you might not be coming to specifically see me, but I'm using you coming to this show as, hey, y'all, I got people to buy tickets for, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's bait regardless, but it makes me look good, you know what I'm saying? Regardless of how many people know me or whatever, I'm going to bring people with me, so it's going to fill up extra space on that floor for that major artist to come through, you know what I mean? So it's beneficial on both parties. It's definitely bait, though, because a lot of these niggas really don't even be talking to their promoters. They just, somebody that's under the promoter is cool with somebody that got some money this way, so they done bought 5 to 10 minutes for an artist to come up there, and nobody knows that the artist is gonna be there until he gets there.
Yeah.
To get on before everybody get there for real. You know what I'm saying? Somebody to set the tone or whatever the case may be. That's what they'll tell you. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, that artist get to get off stage and say, oh yeah, I just opened for such and such.
Yes.
Shit, when I open up for Lil Baby, I ain't even gonna lie to you, and I'm definitely appreciative of this opportunity. But it was 2 different stages. I was on a stage outside. I never seen Lil Baby. Like, I never saw him. You know what I'm saying? Like, I performed outside and then had to pay to get in the building to see him perform.
Oh my God.
I went home after that. I'm like, I'm not about to, you know what I'm saying? But I took the opportunity because it's a name on my resume that I get to say, and I did. Like, it's footage, you know what I'm saying? But it's like, it was bait. It's just like, and then it helps the artist because, like, say I want to get booked somewhere else, or somebody's looking to book me and I got listings or I got a bunch of flyers with my face on it with these major artists. They don't know that I fucking performed outside.
Yeah.
They just know Asaka was on the list to open up for Lil Baby. So let's book him because he's been here before.
Yes.
He has this experience. He must have done something to earn that. So let's, you know what I'm saying? So
it's portfolio at the end of
literally,
the day.
man, this music shit is smoke and mirrors. So it's like,
yes, that's true.
you know, so it's like, yeah, why not? You know what I'm saying? Why not play the game?
What about the events though? What about the competitions and stuff like that? Do you feel the same way about those? Do you feel like the same thing about getting the exposure and the recognition for like a local competition and stuff like that? Do you feel like that's a bait, or do you feel like that's also an opportunity for artists?
I feel like it's the same thing because I feel like it's a little bit more tedious with the local shit though, because a lot of these local competitions, and I hate to say it, but it's the truth, a lot of these niggas is copy and paste. You know what I'm saying? So they might not even understand how. And I keep bringing up Crowd Freak because, like, Crowd Freak is, like, the main pinnacle on getting artists to open up for people, like, giving opportunities. They don't even know how that shit work for real. So they'll see Crowd Freak put something together, then they'll turn around and try to do it, and it don't go the way that you thought it was going to go because you don't know how to talk to the promoters. You don't know you're supposed to talk to the venue first. You don't even know what set time. You know what I'm saying? So it's like a lot of that shit be, y'all don't know what y'all doing. Y'all just got a couple dollars to pay for a slot. You know what I'm saying? And you're going to benefit off of it, where the artist is just going to be able to say, I opened up for somebody, but I just performed for free.
Yeah.
You know, opening acts get paid too. You know what I'm saying?
Right on.
So it's all some form of both though. You know, the local shit do get a little bit more tedious, but
yeah,
it's all the same game for real.
Now, we talked a little bit earlier, you said underground artist, and are you talking about underground as just as far as how much exposure you have, or are you talking about the scene underground, the hip-hop scene?
The scene, definitely the scene.
Okay.
I feel like the underground scene is very obscure, and it's like it's damn near on purpose. But it's like that's the scene that's getting these fucking opportunities, though. You know what I'm saying? Like there are, of course, the mainstream artists that people come here and put on stage, but it's really the underground scene that's like fighting tooth and nail to get these damn shows. You know what I'm saying? But it's frequent. It happens more so than you think.
The underground artists? Mm-hmm. Now, when you talk about underground artists, are we talking about the hip hop scene, or are we talking about just the guys who are on the upbringing? That's what I'm kind of getting at.
Okay, so when I say underground, I mean sonically, like the sound. So I kind of put the hip hop guys with the up and coming because they are. We look at each other like we in the same category because I consider myself like underground in a way, and I only say underground because we know what our main sound is. You know what I'm saying? And our main sound is so different from everything else that we got that you damn near have to put it in two different categories.
Right. Detroit bop and the trap rap scene is different from what you're providing.
Exactly. Right. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm referring to. But there's a mix of everything. The underground scene is a melting pot. You know what I'm saying? There's everything in there. You know what I'm saying? But that's what I'm referring to when I say underground.
Right. I remember God damn it, she's gonna kill me for forgetting her name. She's like a famous she's really gonna kill me. I have to cut the part off. I don't remember her name. What's that one female artist that was on here, man? Fuck. She's like famous, man. She was signed to Floss a lot.
Nisha Nache?
Okay, let's cut everything off from there. No, like Nisha Nache was telling me how she came up with like a lot of artists in like this little bubble. Oh, I'm sorry, not even her. It was Mike Phelps. Yeah, are you familiar with Mike Phelps?
I think I am.
Yeah, he said that there were an upcoming scene where it was just like a melting pot of these like Nisha Naches and like these other rappers that a lot of them ended up popping off, but they have a totally different sound, a totally different style and stuff like that. I was with Bizarre at his event where he was dropping his album. And he, there was a lot of different artists there, man. Just completely different sound, not Detroit bop. Just, you know, you can kind of say, I don't know how you describe that music, but I guess you could say hip hop, and more in that direction. But anyway, my whole point is this, man. The monetization of that, making money off of this sound, especially when you're coming up in Detroit where there's already an established sound, right? Yeah. How do you feel about upcoming in the city and trying to make a reputation in the city? And do you feel like you're getting the acknowledgement deserved? Because you're very skilled, very talented, but you're very different.
Yeah. So I don't want to sound because most niggas get that question and get to crying about it. You know what I'm saying? And that's just what it is. So I don't want to sound like I'm crying about it when I say it, but I do feel like we have it harder. I feel like but I feel like that's the same thing with any city. Any city that has a distinct sound, anybody that's going against that is going to have a more difficult time, you know what I'm saying, coming to the mainstream notoriety. I feel like we do have it harder. I feel like it's more eclectic though, and I think that's what kind of hinders it because it's so many different sounds. It's kind of hard to pinpoint. Like when you say Detroit bop and trap, you know exactly. You probably thought of 5 people just now when you said that, you know. But then when you think underground, there's like, you see how you just said, well, do you mean hip hop or do you mean? It's like it's all over the place, but it's like in a good way. But somebody comes here looking for that, it's hard for them to pinpoint. Like, okay, I want somebody from this underground. Okay, well, which underground are you talking about? And then that's when it gets like hazy. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like it's harder for that reason, but on top of the fact that I don't think we're as accepted in most places as our sound. You know what I'm saying? Our Detroit sound.
Now, does that come down to quality, or does that just come down to people not helping give the exposure to the scene? Or what do you think it comes down to? Maybe just the mass population not accepting that type of music at this time? What do you think? Because the quality's there, right? I mean,
the quality is there. My thing is, I can't argue quality because there's some people that do that Detroit trap and the quality sounds fucking horrible.
Yeah.
Just like there's some people who do what we do and the quality sounds fucking horrible. I really think it's a matter of, and nobody owes anybody to help push a genre though. Let me say that too. But I really think it's a matter of it just not being what our sound is. And I hate to make it seem that simple, but I think that's what it is. And I've done a plethora of shows, you know what I'm saying, more than I can count. And I can tell you, like, and I'm not just tooting my own horn. Like, I know I'm a great performer. I know my music is good. My quality is great. And I would do shows and people would sit there and look at me like I'm fucking stupid because it's not what they came for. You know what I'm saying? It's just not what they're used to getting. It's not what they're accustomed to. So because of that, first thing they say is, oh, is he even from here? You know what I'm saying? So now my sound is out of town all of a sudden. But I'm from around the corner from where you used to live type shit, but you would never know that because I don't sound nothing like what you came here to watch.
Right, man. Right. Because you just know you're not falling into the category.
That's
right?
it. And there's nothing wrong with the category, too. Let me say that. Like, I'm not downplaying our sound. I love our sound, and our sound is on fire right now. It's just we do have other sounds, and it's very hard to push that other sound. And I do feel like if people just really just was more open to it, I feel like it'll move a little bit faster or a little bit more effective.
I had an artist come on here that said he could pull off the Detroit style sound, that he could pull it off, but he would rather just stick to his style instead of he said he could do the Trippie Redd style or the Little Baby style or whatever style that's popular, but he wants to stay true to his nature. And do you feel the same way about yourself? Would you ever turn to that style to succeed if you had to, or are you just going to stick with what you're doing?
Nah, I can't see myself doing that. Like, I can see myself having fun on a record or two, like just trying it, you know what I'm saying? I won't sit here and say like I have it in me because though I view music a certain type of way. I don't feel like I can do that because though I've experienced, you know, what I've experienced, I don't have enough I don't have enough of an edge to dive into that sound and keep it going. The thing is, like, when you do that, you got to stay on it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I don't have enough to give you more than like 2 records. I don't. Like, and I wouldn't even waste my time on yours because it's not me. I don't even, you know what I'm saying, have that type of emphasis to rap like that. You know what I'm saying? So I'd much rather, like, if it came down to doing what I'm doing normally and doing that sound, you know what I'm saying, I'll just wait my turn.
Yeah, exactly.
Respectfully. I respect people who can do that because it take a lot. You know what I'm saying? Especially to differentiate yourself from everybody else sounding like that. It take a lot. I wouldn't just say I can just do it. You know what I'm saying? It take a lot to it, but I'd rather just leave it to the pros type shit.
Well, how long have you been working on this music for collectively?
I've been working with like 10 years now.
Damn.
I would say, yeah.
Whew.
Yeah.
So you're patient with it. Now, are you able to monetize yourself? Like, have you been able to live off of just music?
Yeah, now I'm currently, by the grace of God, I'm able to live off music now.
Beautiful.
Them first fucking 6 years though, it was a fucking struggle bus. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's really no money in music. Like, for real, when you start, the money comes from the performances and then what you can monetize through the performance, merch. You know what I'm saying? You might have your own set of people that you can get booked or shit like. You know what I'm saying? Like, it don't never come from the music for a long time. And anybody that told you otherwise was either a one-hit wonder or a fucking liar. Flat out. That shit do not come from, because it costs so much to break. It's possible, and there's quick ways to do it, but it costs so much, and then you don't even want to do that. Really, you want to take time and find your sound. I said 10 years, but I wasn't out for 10 years. You know what I'm saying? About 3 or 4 of those years, I wasn't even dropping music. I was just finding my sound. You know what I'm saying? And then, like I said, like, first 6 to 7 years, for real, I didn't see $1.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I didn't even know what fucking distribution was. You know what I'm saying? I was SoundCloud baby, for real. You know what I'm saying? So it's really now when you get to upping your demand, you know what I'm saying, that's where the money come in, the performances, the merch, appearances and shit like that. But man, hell no.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Not, like I said, now by the grace of God I'm able to, but see how long it took.
Yeah.
You know, and everybody don't take 10 years, you know what I'm saying? Everybody has a different paths, but you know what I'm saying? 10 years, a 10-year mark is really when you've mastered what it is that you know what I'm saying, to where it's like you don't even have to make money off this shit. But you can have like, you really want like 6 streams of income for real when you're doing this. You know what I'm saying? So that 10-year mark, you done already mastered your sound, or at least gotten to a point where you can make the money off of it. But that shit takes so long, man. But it's beauty in longevity.
No, yeah, I wasn't seeing money until I was seeing money, but I wasn't seeing money I could live off of until started in 2017 officially. Like, I'd say that's when my name started. I didn't start saying I could live off of this till 2021-ish, almost. Like 2020, it took forever, and I'm still like I'm good now, but like I'm at the point where I was like, damn, 2 more years and for sure.
You know what I'm saying? And that's where I'm at right now. Like the last job I worked was 2019.
Yeah.
And I honestly didn't even I quit because I had I can talk about it now because this shit ain't happening. I was supposed to be on Rhythm and Flow season 2. Like I got the email and shit, like, you know what I'm saying? But the COVID happened, the shit with T.I. and Tiny happened with the allegations and shit. So I don't know what happened with that, but I fucked around and quit my job for no reason, essentially. I was sick as hell. So it's like I damn near ain't have a choice because I was so stuck on, I know I want to do music. So you damn near had to, you know, push yourself to the very limits because it's like, I can't go back to work now that everything closed.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But
man, I have some friends, man, that it's so unfortunate because I have friends in the hip hop industry and like their Instagram will get deleted. And like their rap career gets deleted, and that monetization it disappeared. So it's like so many things can happen, man. Because it is so social media propagated to some degree. I mean, you're in the performance scene, so luckily for you, you can always go rock a crowd and feature and open and be straight. Social media can really fuck some people's shit up. That's a fact. You know, some people are hiring lawyers when their Instagram gets deleted. Like, this is my business. You can't delete. Yeah, and so it's just so easy how things can just wipe you off. But like you said, it took forever for you to establish yourself at this position where you can just make money, just featuring yourself at these events and whatnot. And you know, to get the energy, that level that you have. I'm not gonna lie, I've never seen it. I swear. Besides from the top artists, like when you're talking about the top Scuba, obviously he's gonna bring that energy when he comes on stage. But and your energy is at that level where it's like, damn, you can dominate a whole crowd. So let's talk about some of the milestones, man. Talk about some of the milestones of you performing or just collaborations you've been a part of that we could share with the audience.
Definitely. One of my biggest milestones, well, one of my first big milestones. As I mentioned earlier, I got to open for J-Rock, and that was like handpicked, like him, you know what I'm saying, that the TDE camp themselves. And ironically, it was at L Club, which is a year later. So I turned around and had my very first concert ever, and I sold out, you know what I'm saying, thankfully.
Cool.
What else? Sprite picked up one of my records, my solo record from my last album, Duality. They used it for like a commercial. I shot like a virtual performance for them.
Did you get to watch the commercial and everything?
No, so to be honest with you, I don't even know what happened with it. I know they picked up the song. I did the virtual performance, and then they had it was a playlist ad is what it was. Okay. So I seen that. They posted that everywhere. And then like from time to time they'll just post me on their story or something, or just tag me in something, or put me on this. You know what I'm saying? So I seen all of that stuff. But anything besides that, I've gotten emails saying they've done this and that, and I just haven't seen it. But I saw the numbers from it, so I was like, okay, cool.
Oh yeah.
I was kind of stuff as that.
It's like if you have a song on 2K or something like that. Like everybody just go search you up and all that.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like literally if you type Asaka and Solar, like SOULAR, you'll see my video pop up, and then probably the song from the album, and then you'll see Sprite.
Yeah, that's cool. So,
no, thank you.
Yeah.
And then between opening a bunch of artists, my projects have been hitting 100,000 like regularly. You know what I'm saying? I'm independent, but doing everything by myself. So, you know, to me, that's a lot. You know, so I know niggas is getting millions of streams and shit.
100,000 is amazing, man.
Thank you, man.
Always.
You know what I'm saying? So definitely proud of that. I got a couple more openings. I don't know when this will drop, but I got 2 more big openings coming up with PNB Rock.
Cool.
This Friday, June 24th, and then I got Danny Lay the next day with Backwards and Bonfires.
Yeah.
Shout out to Crowd-Free. But yeah, man. Yeah, that's pretty much. Oh, T-Pain. T-Pain was holding a competition where he was looking for somebody else to sign. I didn't make it, but out of like 300-400 submissions, I made top 16.
Yeah, legendary.
And then like I've been in contact. You know, I'm not gonna say been in contact, but I am in contact with like him and his camp.
Cool.
So I don't really know where that's going, but that's, you know, a milestone of his own. Just even being in that realm of being mentioned, and like, you know what I'm saying.
I feel like at the end of the day, man, it comes down to this: like the quality's there, the consistency's there. You know what I'm saying? You know how to rock. You know how to make everything happen. Like you're an ideal artist. As far as skill, talent, performance, and everything. I think markability is where everybody gets hesitant. Like, is this style gonna make us money? That's like the difference between them signing a trap rapper from Detroit that's has the Detroit bop versus signing you, which is like, okay, that's totally, it's a risk. Like, you're a gamble. Like, are they gonna accept the style? And so the only way that you can prove it is by your own audience, like to see how far you can take it. Now you sell out, right? You sell out your whole show.
Yep.
That's how many people were at the one that you sold out?
It was at L Club, so it was like 300, 350, something like that.
Yeah, man, that's great numbers. And you can't. Most artists in Detroit that are coming up can't even say that they can get 20 people to come to their show. You know what I'm saying? So you're already standing out from most people, and so that's the only thing for me. That's why I'm seeing, like, if somebody's gonna sign you or whatever or put you on that, they're gonna see how much money can I make off of this guy. Like, we just had RJ. You guys just saw RJ before he came in here, and we talked about that. Like, you have to be able to make money, and you have to be able to showcase that wherever they put you, it's gonna generate revenue for everybody. So that's probably where the difficulty is coming in for you to, like, blow up, because you're a gamble, basically. Yeah. At the end of the day.
And I know for a long time too, it's all about, you know what I'm saying. I hate to say this because it's not, but theoretically it is all about that one record. You know what I'm saying? And that's what took me so long. That's why it took me 10 years, because I couldn't regulate an industry sound and stay true to my hip hop and stay on, you know what I'm saying, in between and have both sides. I couldn't do that for a long time. So now that I found the gist of, like, where my music comes from and where I can take it and stretching my voice, learning how to sing, you know what I'm saying, stuff like that. Now I've been able to make those records to where it's like, it feels less like a gamble and more like an investment, because that's what you want to feel like. That's what you want to be at the end of the day. And I feel like, you know what I'm saying? So I have those records now. So now that I have those records, the opportunities have been increasing, like, expeditiously, if you will. You know what I'm saying? So
excellent.
That's what it took, man. It's that one record, man. That's all these labels look at. But I don't even be caring about the labels for being honest. Like, I done already had like 2-3 label meetings, and I just, you know what I'm saying, they try to rope you in because you make that type of sound. Because I have my super hip hop records, but then I have my club records, you know what I'm saying? And they'll try to rope you in off the club records, like, hey, we got 100,000 for you, you know what I'm saying, if you can keep doing this. But they don't tell you that they own that fucking song and every song you make for the next 10, 15, 20 years, you know what I'm saying? So once they realize they can't get you with that, they try to offer more money and so on and so forth. It just continues. Yeah. So it's like, that's the little shicey part that people don't talk about. But
yeah, for sure, man.
The game, man.
Obviously, because at the end of the day, these labels and stuff, their main priority is making money for themselves.
Absolutely.
Right. So they're not going to look at you. And there's thousands and thousands and thousands of artists trying to make it every day. So it's like, how do we make as much money as possible from this crowd of people?
And the labels are obsolete now. Like, respectively speaking, unless you're, you know what I'm saying, finding ways to stay relevant, these labels, you don't need a label anymore. And it's like, it's redundant to say that because so many people have said it before me, but it's facts. Like, TikTok is the new label right now. You know what I'm saying? You fuck around and get somebody TikTok to go viral, you just up the million streams. You know what I'm saying? To the point where it's like, you don't even need a label. You have your audience.
Yes.
And these artists is gonna fuck with you on some opening shit before these labels will. So you getting your bookings, you getting your money. So at that point, you creating leverage. You know what I'm saying? That's the problem labels are having now. A lot of artists are gaining way more leverage than what they're used to. You know what I'm saying? They used to niggas selling CDs off the back of trucks. You know what I'm saying? They might make, you know what I'm saying, a couple $1,000s, but you ain't never seen a million. I can put you on a global, they don't have that power no more. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I can make a TikTok in my fucking basement and somebody in Germany can make it go viral. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's that leverage. That's the difference right now.
Yeah. The leverage is you can self-propagate your own career now. Exactly. Like, you don't need a label to do it. With your style of music excluded, obviously, what have been the toughest obstacles coming up as an artist in Detroit for you?
Detroit's crowd, like appeasing to Detroit's crowd. And I know you said outside of my sound, but even I've seen people with our sound. It's just like, Detroit is a tough ass place, man. But that's why we love it though. Like, Detroit is not gonna let you go outside of Detroit and represent Detroit and you ask for real. They're not gonna let you do it. You know what I'm saying? So that's really been the toughest thing. For a long time too, I was dealing with I was homeless for a minute. You know what I mean? A bunch of life circumstances and shit, but trying to make it as an artist, you know what I'm saying? And I don't have nowhere to live, you know what I'm saying? And I don't mean like, you know, I got some homeboys I can stay with. I mean like actually having to sleep outside and shit like that. And, you know, grace of God, I came a long way from that. But that time was difficult. And I also lost my brother at the time too, you know what I'm saying? during that time. So it was very hard to maintain focus on music. I almost quit a couple times during that time, but you know, that was really like damn near the turning point, but it turned into fuel, you know what I'm saying, to keep moving forward. And I really I've had tough spots, but I haven't, you know what I'm saying, had anything as tough. Once you face, you know what I'm saying, death or homelessness, you know, shit that you're not supposed to come back from, and you come back from it, it kind of make everything else like light work, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So Detroit's crowds became like, okay, y'all don't fuck with me, cool. I'll be back next week. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Y'all might not fuck with me this week, but I'll be back. You know what I'm saying? I almost died 2 months ago. So for y'all to tell me y'all don't like my song, this ain't shit. I'll be back. I can go make another one of these. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
The resilience is there, right? Like a lot of artists will, you know, just turn off the switch, like you said, they'll just quit. I've reviewed music before, and the artists will literally like, well, you know, I'm done now. It's like, well, it took me one person told you can end your career. But obviously like going through, I didn't even know that, like, you know, you're going through the struggle, obviously like the deepest part of the struggle, which is you don't even have anywhere to go or sleep and anything like that. And throughout that time, like, how are you managing? How are you getting through those times? And is music a part of that? Were you making music throughout that struggle, or is it just survival at that point?
I was working on music. I wasn't necessarily, excuse me, I didn't necessarily have opportunities to make it like that. My music definitely transformed around that time though. My music became very angry. Like, and ironically, like one of the songs that I worked on during that time was one of the songs that kind of like, that's where I started gaining the attention. It's an old ass song. It probably sounds terrible now, so please don't go listen to it. But it's called Rest Easy. It's like a really like gritty like 90s hip hop record. And I was angry. I was like very upset. So other than that, man, I really just, you know what I'm saying, I had to do what I had to do, man. I had, you know, sold a couple pills here and there, you know what I'm saying? I was getting performances though, but you know what I'm saying, I damn near like bully my way on the bitches because I was just in a very bad spot, like mentally. And, you know, I damn near bully my way into competitions, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, especially if like it was for some money or something like that. And it was just me and my bro, you know what I'm saying? So if he wasn't on the show, then I would try to get on, and then we would try to put each other in each other's sets. So that way, like if I lose, at least he could take it, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. It's type of shit like that. Really just like hustling for real, for real. I don't want to get like super deep into it.
No,
but,
for sure. No, yeah.
you know what I mean? Like really just hustling the system like the best way that we could, you know what I'm saying? And then I caught a break, you know what I'm saying? I forget what it was, but I got an opportunity to write for somebody. I don't know why they was willing to pay me so much money. Well, it wasn't even so much. It was like probably like $1,000. But, you know, with that 1,000, I turned like everything around. I don't even remember how I did it, but I did it. Like you know what I'm saying, up to like a job, I think 2 jobs, you know, a spot, you know what I'm saying? And then like right around that time is when my brother, you know what I'm saying, passed. So it was like, damn, hey. I was back to square one. Like at least to me, like that's where my mind was. You know what I'm saying? So
no, yeah, man, it's a lot of you know, the traumatic experiences, and not only that, but just the deepest end of the struggle. Like I said earlier, like because there's nothing worse than not having anything like to go to, especially if you're in Detroit. You know what I'm saying? And getting through that, the resilience you have now. Again, you go on stage, you can probably blow a performance now, and not give a damn. Like you could probably fumble a performance and
wouldn't give a fuck. It's like care. when you hit rock bottom, you know what I'm saying? You have nothing else to lose. The only thing that means is you got everything else to gain. You know what I'm saying? So it's like when you face certain shit, it's like a lot of shit don't matter no more. You know what I'm saying? And you become focused. Like for the people that do survive that, you gain focus. You figure out something that you want to do, and you realize that like this is where the fuck you gonna end up if you let somebody else tell you that you can't do this shit. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? That's what I was telling myself every day. Like I don't ever want to have to sleep at a fucking bus station again because somebody didn't like my goddamn song. Fuck them. Somebody gonna like it, or if not, I just gonna make another one. You know what I'm saying? Music is subjective. You know, somebody's gonna like this shit. So it's like it's nowhere else that you can go after that but up. You feel me?
Yeah. So. Yeah, man. I wish I could tell a lot of artists to do that. I was the same boat as you. I never got homeless, but I was at a point where I was like, I got to quit because there was just moments where I was like, there's nothing coming from this. You know what I'm saying? And I felt like people weren't accepting me, which was very difficult because I felt like damn, bro, I'm just trying to entertain motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, like because growing up, all I ever wanted to do was be an entertainer, and then it's like Detroit is the closest area to be an entertainer because that's where all the artists are, that's where all the entertainers are. But then I go, oh yeah, you gotta look at your skin color real quick. Oh, you gotta look at you're not from Detroit real quick. Oh, you gotta look at like you're trying to replicate. And I'm like, damn, no, I'm just trying to fucking have a good ass time, make people laugh and entertain people, bro. Like my mind doesn't even go there. But then there's all these rules you gotta like understand and all that stuff. And I feel like even if you make a different style of music and if you're not following the trends, if you're not, honestly, to be honest, I still don't know how the fuck people started accepting me. I don't know what point it was where people were like, oh yeah, you're cool, bro, don't worry. But I was like, all right, bet. Like fucking finally, thank you, motherfucker. Like I was trying to just be funny and have fun and have a good time. Like I don't understand it. But it's crazier with music because the spotlight is on Detroit. And the reason the spotlight is on Detroit is because there's finally an infrastructure here with social media built. And the infrastructure really pushed what was making money, and what was making money was this trap rap style, this really gritty Detroit sound, but then it kind of evolved into different styles and different sounds now that are monetizing, and other places are taking from it. Your style, obviously, I think it's more of a global sound. I think it's more of a not mainstream, sorry, but more, it's I wouldn't care if Detroit accepted me. You know, type of sound. That's the kind of sound. Do you feel that way? Do you feel the reciprocation from Detroit? Do you feel like you should be getting that acknowledgement, or do you feel like it doesn't even matter at this point?
I actually feel like I am starting to get that acknowledgement though. But the interesting part about it is like, you know, it's just crazy how you try something for so long, and in the moment you stop giving a fuck, it's gonna happen. So it's like, and not give a fuck like you don't want to do this, but not give a fuck like, okay, I don't care who accept me. This is me. This is what I want to do. And ironically, like that's how you obtain what it is that you're going for. Like the moment you stop trying to appease specific people is when what you're looking for comes to you. So it's like, as far as Detroit, I'm not gonna say I stopped giving a fuck if Detroit accepted me. I love my city now. Of course I want my city to accept my sound, and I feel like it can. I feel like I'm very universal, you know what I'm saying, as far as like my sound. But it was when I said, like, I am not making music to please anybody specific. If my city fuck with it, they fuck with it. If they don't, they don't. You know what I'm saying? And it's when in that moment is when I start, I don't know if it was because of the records that came about that. And then like I said, when I was coming out the homeless and shit, it's like when my music kind of got gritty, got a little angry, and then I had a lot more to talk about. So it's like I was a little bit more relatable, you know what I'm saying? So I don't know what the mix of it was, but that's when I started getting that recognition from the city, because Ypsilanti, I had Ypsilanti on lock. And I don't even like to talk like that because I run the city ass nigga. I will never do that. But as far as entertainment, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, I kind of had Ipsy lit for a minute.
The truth is the truth.
You know, that's a fact though. That's, you know, so it's like for me to be able to transfer from Ipsy and actually bring it back to Detroit, I felt like, you know, I was finally getting that stamp like from the city. Like, okay, he might not sound like what we used to, but this nigga definitely, you know what I'm saying, represent Detroit, you know what I'm saying? So, and then I always try to take the city, you know what I'm saying, anywhere I go. When I did Sprite, first thing I said was, L Club in Detroit, that's a nice spot. Y'all should go check that out. And then I did my virtual performance in there, you know what I'm saying? And so on and so forth. Any opportunity I get to put Detroit on, I always do, because, you know, you show love to the city will definitely show love back, you feel me? It's a tough crowd, but, you know, people say it all the time, if you can make it here, you can make it anywhere. That's not just a saying, it's facts.
True.
You know what I mean? So I think I'm starting to get it now, actually, the love, you know what I'm saying? Especially fucking with this nigga, you know what I'm saying? He got me in front of all the right people that, you know what I'm saying, I never knew before, to where it's like to make not the trip, you know what I'm saying, shorter but easier, you feel me? So
yeah, you always have to have somebody that can handle some logistics for you and that can connect you and that understand the scene in a way that, like, you need that contrast, man. Exactly. I think when you're working with people, and to find somebody you trust and whatnot, man, is very important.
And I ain't had it for a long time, and it's literally like it makes the difference, you know what I'm saying? I was already excuse me, I gotta stop doing that. I was already establishing a lot of shit for myself, but having that contrast definitely, like, puts you in different positions that you might not have even thought about being in. You know what I'm saying? So it's just covering all grounds, but
for sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
Is there anything you guys want to touch on before we close out?
Probably advice you probably give other people.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Other artists, like, you know.
Coming from your stuff. Yeah, coming from your, well, let's talk about your sound, right?
Okay.
So coming from your style, your sound, and we just had an artist that came on and talked about the same subject, kind of. I think his name's APROP. Epipro, yeah, shit. I respect him, but his name's hard to say. I should have told him that in the podcast. Like that's one reason he's having difficulties. His name's hard to remember. It reminds me of Propel Water. Goddamn, you got to change that shit. But anyway, we kind of had that discussion, sounding different but sticking to your lane and whatnot. So talk to the artists that are not Detroit bop, not Detroit style specifically, and what kind of blueprint you can give them to help get through and get this success that you have so far.
The main thing I would say is definitely don't be afraid to ask for those opportunities. Like the problem, or at least that from artists that I've come across, a lot of artists feel like, you know what I'm saying, they can't be in certain rooms or be on certain stages because they don't have certain sounds. They feel like they can't push themselves in certain markets. Push yourself. Like somebody in that market is looking for that, you know what I'm saying? And as rough and as harsh as we deem Detroit to be as far as the music scene, it's really not. It's not necessarily what I'm learning. It's not necessarily about the sound all the time. Most of the time it's about the hustle. I wouldn't push you either if you don't believe in yourself to be able to sit in these rooms with the same people that you think you can't sit in the room with. You know what I'm saying? If you don't think you can sit in the room with Sada Baby, why the fuck would I put you in the room with him? If you don't think you can sit in the room with T Grazy or you know what I'm saying, or somebody of that Cash Kid, if you don't think you can sit with these niggas, why would I put you there? So just push yourself at all times. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Foot on the gas all the way. It don't matter what room you in. You rep your sound, man, and definitely figure out those records for y'all that translates. I feel like every genre or every style of music has to have those records that translates, that transcends, because if you really love music, you really do music, this is what you want to do for the rest of your life, you have to find some sort of longevity.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? The club is cool. Club closes at 2 o'clock, though.
Facts.
Fuck you gonna drive home to? What are you gonna wake up to? I'm not going to work to some shit I was just partying to, you know what I'm saying, 8-9 hours before, getting drunk. You know what I'm saying? Where is the translation records? You know what I'm saying? So yeah. I would say just push yourself all cylinders, man.
For sure.
Don't be afraid at all.
Tell everybody the future projects you got coming up and how they can find you on social media.
Oh yeah, my current project actually, Space Tape. Y'all make sure y'all check it out. It's available on all DSPs. I am actually, like I said, I don't know when this is dropping, but I'm about to drop a little surprise record, you know what I'm saying, on my birthday Thursday. So y'all make sure y'all tap in with that. Again, don't know when this is dropping, but if you see, you know, that I did the show with PNB Rock, footage and shit coming soon. Shout out Crowd Freak, shout out the Regime, of course. Shout out the gang, shout out Blue, shout out Don. You feel me? Y'all can find me on Instagram at Asaka the Renegade. That is ASAKA the Renegade. Everything spelled regular. You feel me? Mm-hmm. That's it.
Oh man, yeah. Again, I appreciate you being a part of this, man. For me,
for sure, absolutely.
90s, 80s, 2000s music resonates with me a lot. I feel like there's true soul in the music more so than today's music that's being generated. But when you find an artist like you that truly engages with the listener, it makes me want to get up on my feet and move, and it also puts me in certain states and certain emotions and certain feels that I haven't gotten in a long time. And it sucks that I really have a problem with the direction as far as the limitations that Detroit hip hop is creating right now. Like to me, there's a lot of limitations to it of who gets to get into the big crowd and get into the mainstream and all like that, and who gets played on the major platforms, and who Detroit Rap News or any other platform is promoting, because they don't want to take the risk, they don't want to take the gamble of these new sounds and new styles emerging. But it's like, damn, bro, these styles and these sounds here have a lot of soul to them, have a lot of reason and a lot of substance to them. So we should give them a chance, because this shit's going to get redundant and it's going to get played out and it's going to end quick. So we need to find ways to re-engage with the soulfulness that hip hop used to have. And I think you bring that. And I think we really need to bring it back and even mix it, just intertwine the two, intertwine it, instead of keeping it so, like, again, just so strict and tunnel visioned with the direction that it is. A lot of artists that are upcoming are seeing what's successful, and then they're gravitating towards that, and they're not even doing what they really want to do. They're just gravitating towards what's making money and what's popping instead of doing what you're doing, which is staying organic, staying authentic, and staying to your true sound. So hopefully more artists can really look at you and say, that's what I want to do. I want to stick to my style regardless of how fucking long it takes. So I really respect you for that, man.
I appreciate
like I said,
that
I come from an area too where like I felt the same way. Like, no, regardless of what people are saying about me, I'm gonna keep doing what I think is gonna work. And me and you both probably been through circumstances where we felt like the outcast or like the motherfucker that's like not fitting in, but we persevered through that and we got through that. So a lot of respect to sitting next to you, man.
Thank you.
Everybody go check out my dog, man. Asaka, man, the Renegade. High Low Visuals is shooting his productions for us. We're at Parallel Sound Studio. You want to shout yourself out in the back, man, real quick? Let everybody know where it's at.
Yeah,
The man behind it, man. What's up, man?
Good guy Blue Jay.
Good.
Type it in. It come right up.
Go check out Good Guy Blue Jay, man. We're out. Peace.